Our webinar today will start with a presentation from Stephanie Elio, Vice President of Business Development at CLS by BARBRI. Following that, we'll take about 10 minutes to answer your questions live. So please be sure to submit your questions in the Q&A and either one of our enrollment counselors will answer you directly or will address it during the live Q&A. If we do not get to your question, don't worry. We'll provide all our contact information for you to reach out to us after the webinar. With that, I'm going to pass it over to Stephanie, who will get our presentation started today. Take it away, Stephanie.
Thanks, Deja, and thank you to all of you for joining us today. We appreciate you spending the next 30 to 45 minutes to learn about the paralegal certificate course. Let's go ahead and dig in by taking a look at the agenda so you have an idea of what we're going to talk about today. We'll go over some really quick ground rules right now. Everyone is here for the same purpose. We do have staff in the background to answer via the chat any Q&A you might have in real time as we're doing the presentation. So one of our main ground rules is if you ask a question, please make it relevant and be kind. Anyone that is disruptive, we could ask you to exit without asking. We're going to talk about who CLS by BARBRI actually is, what the 100% online learning format looks like, the course overview itself, what you're actually going to learn in this program, and we'll talk about how it's delivered. We'll talk about job opportunities. What does the career outlook look like? And then we'll get into the actual enrollment process. And as mentioned, we will do a little bit of Q&A at the end live in this webinar. So let's go ahead and talk about who CLS actually is. We are the leading continuing legal education company in the country. We were actually founded in 1980, and we have been training paralegals for more than 43 years. We are very proud to be a part of BARBRI, which is the world leader in legal education, distance learning, training, and certifications. Why would you want to enroll in our courses? We work really hard to make sure that they are affordable, that they're flexible. We train in many different formats. We work with licensed and experienced professionals, attorneys who don't only have teaching experience, but they are current in the field. And as a part of BARBRI, we have more credibility in the legal training industry than anyone else out there. We offer a lot of other different courses beyond the paralegal that we're going to talk about today. For instance, we have an advanced program that we will touch on a little bit, but we also have legal secretary, legal investigation, legal nurse, a whole suite of others, personal injury. Go ahead and take a look at our website if you haven't done so already at legalstudies.com, and you can see an entire catalog. The one commonality that all of our courses have is that this is specific training for legal support personnel. And every course that we have is all about practical, applicable job skill training. So when you complete this program or any other, it is to make you job ready, ready to go to work. We're going to start by talking about our traditional online format, which is by far the most popular format that we do. Our academic calendar at CLS for online deliveries is broken down into 6 7-week sessions per year. Every course we offer is available every single session, and new classes literally start every 8 weeks. The next opportunity is March 4th. With the paralegal certificate based on that 6 online sessions per year, everything we offer is pretty much completed in a single 7-week session, except the one you're here to learn about today, paralegal. That's actually a 14-week training, and it is delivered in 2 7-week sessions. We're going to talk about the tuition, the course fees, and things like that at the end of the presentation. But what you need to know is the advertised tuition rate covers both sessions. You do not need to pay that money twice. And you are required to complete both Paralegal 1 and 2 to earn your paralegal certificate. Those are not two different courses. They're not two different programs. Paralegal 1 and 2 are simply two halves of the paralegal certificate course. Each one is 7 weeks for a grand total of 14, and your tuition covers both sessions. Included in our asynchronous virtual classroom, that essentially means that you have 24/7 access to the portal. You're never required to be logged on at any particular time of day or day of the week. You'll find things like discussion forums, built-in email tools for easy communication. These courses are instructor-led, and you have peers, you have classmates. There are weekly assignment deadlines to help you stay on track. And again, to reiterate, 24/7 access. So to give you kind of an idea of how that actually works week to week over those 14, an instructor will post onto the system what your written and reading assignments are each Monday morning. Deadlines are typically Sunday at the end of the week. It doesn't matter what day or what time you log in to get that information, to find out, what am I supposed to read this week? Will there be a test or a quiz? What are the assignments? As long as you do log in and get that information and complete it by the deadline. You can check in on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, it doesn't really matter. 6 a.m., lunchtime, 9 o'clock at night. You are in total control of that. The beauty of this traditional online format is that you do have weekly assignments that are literally going to help you stay on track to finish the program in 14 weeks. Looking at our next format, and that is going to be our live lecture. Our self-study format. Self-study is the same online delivery system, but rather than start on one of those 6 set start dates per year and have classmates and be kept on a schedule, you could literally start any day you wanted to. And then you have 6 months to complete the program from the day you start. That's when your clock is going to start ticking. Now, that might appeal to some, but I want to forewarn you, if you select the self-study format instead of the traditional online, you need to really have a good conversation with yourself and be confident in your study skills, your time management, your reading, your ability to do it independently. Yes, you'll still have a computer instructor to be able to communicate with, but you're not going to have that set schedule. It will be entirely up to you. I have been working with prospective paralegal students for almost 15 years. And our text-only version, which was the older version of this self-study, the completion rate's lower. That's not because students aren't capable. It's not because they don't want to earn their certificates. It's because they're lacking in that time management. So if that is a skill that you feel strongly about and you want to be in control of your own completion, by all means, go for the self-study format. If you think a more scheduled calendar is going to help you be more successful, we do have one starting March 4th, and we absolutely welcome you into that standard online format. If you want a little bit more information about the differences in these formats, you can certainly send an inquiry to info@legalstudies.com or go directly to our website. There's actually a chart there that will show you, and I think we'll show it to you in a slide or two, that literally shows a few more of the differences between the formats. The other available is live lecture. So we're going to switch to the next slide. Live lecture is a very rigid calendar, very set start date, and you must be live in front of your computer at a given time. They're typically 2 evenings and a weekend day. They're completed in 8 to 12 weeks, and these classes are delivered live via Zoom. So in the old days, pre-COVID, we actually had instructors on campus teaching live in classrooms. With COVID and the shutdown of college and universities, everything went to online. Rather than ditch this format altogether, we decided to move it to Zoom, which enables us to reach more students that want that live experience in real time, but aren't able to travel to the school. Now, with this, we did just launch a few live classes nationwide for each individual time zone, very well attended. The next won't be available until July. So if you're looking to complete your coursework prior to that, I would recommend you join the March 4th standard online or do a self-study course where you could literally start today or tomorrow. The chart that I referred to. This is a very good description between the two formats and give you some positive and negative points for each and what you really need to be looking at. Time commitment is one aspect, the course start date, but more importantly, take a look at the very top item under each different format about what type of student it is best suited for. One of the biggest things that we want for all of our students here at CLS is for them to be successful. And that means not only selecting the right program for you, but the right format in which it's delivered. So if you are going to perform well on a structured schedule with direct interaction with your instructors and classmates, go with the standard online. If you are very self-motivated and you believe that you prefer to learn independently and you're comfortable with that and controlling your own pace, self-study. The face-to-face instruction, very hands-on learning, live via Zoom. And text only is going to be for our smaller segment of students that just do not have access to the internet. If you do, one of the first three is certainly preferred. All of the course formats, regardless, provide job-ready training. You earn a certificate of completion when you're finished and a digital badge, and you would gain exclusive access into our Career Center. Let's talk about the time commitment for the paralegal certificate course. And this is going to be really regardless of format and the grading itself. At CLS, there is absolutely zero cumulative grading. That is on purpose, intentional. It is not okay for you to come out of this program and go into a job in the real world and be really good at some skills and not good at others. We want you to be proficient and skilled in all objectives in this program. Therefore, there is a 70% minimum passing score on every assignment you do in this program. Anything below 70 is failing. Now, does that mean if you have a bad day and you bomb a quiz or a test that you're going to fail the program? No, this is not designed to be punitive. It's designed to help you be successful. Therefore, if you did score low on any particular assignment, you will absolutely be given an opportunity to redo it. Gain feedback from your instructor. That's why they're there, to help you complete the program, to help you be successful. You'll be able to use open book, open notes. These are not timed. And the reason for this is, and out there on the job, if you don't know the answer to something, you'd be expected to look it up. Same thing here. This program is not designed to have you memorize things to pass a test. Moreover, we want you to understand the concepts, be able to demonstrate comprehension of that skill, and be able to relay it back. So if you score low on something, you will absolutely be given an opportunity to redo it. All of our courses are designed for busy adult learners. You really should expect to spend about 8 to 12 hours per week towards your coursework. That'll include your online time, your reading, your testing, quizzing, whatever it may be. 8 to 12 is an average. It's going to be based on a couple of factors. Reading comprehension is a big one. There's a ton of reading in this program. If you're the type of person that can read something once and comprehend it and spit it back out in your own words very quickly, you're going to be on the low end. If you find you need to read things multiple times for better understanding and comprehension, then maybe on the higher. If you find you are spending, 15 to 20 hours a week, it is highly likely that you've taken a little bit of a detour, or you're on the wrong track, or you're maybe even overthinking something. It's not as hard as you may be making it out to be. That's why the instructor's there. You want to communicate with your instructor. So keep that average in mind. And if you're too far out of the range, talk to your instructor, please. We have trained more than 6,000 paralegals per year for 40 plus years. So when we give you that range, it's based on a lot of experience. CLS does provide not only the dedicated instructor for your course, but ongoing administrative and technical support for all students. We have got our enrollment counselors that are working with you at this point right now, prior to enrollment. Once you are enrolled and the course starts, we've got a full support team that can assist with technical things. And then post-course, after completion, we can also work with our alumni, both in the Career Center. They have access to that. And then if you need documentation, and if you decide that you want to take additional courses after this one, then we'll send you right back to our enrollment counselors to help explore what would be the next best fit for subsequent learning. Over 95% of our past students have said, positive things about our course. There is an entire page of testimonials on our website. You can certainly take a look at our social media. There's tons of comments there that are all posted by students just like yourselves that have taken this course already. They completed it and they've got awesome things to say. Our courses are on pace with the current industry. Our alum are very eager to recommend these courses to their friends and to their family and their colleagues, and they do return to continue their training and go through other courses that we have to offer. So we're very pleased about that. Let's dig into the actual course. If you haven't done so already, on our website at legalstudies.com, we actually publish a full-blown syllabus for every single course we offer, and paralegal certificate is no exception to that. You can not only see every single learning objective, but it goes over the textbooks. The reading charts are in the syllabus. And the paralegal syllabus is actually broken into Paralegal 1 and Paralegal 2. And just a refresher, those are the 2 7-week sessions that make up the 14-week training. So included in this program, some of the outcomes you will find are knowledge about contracts, how to perform legal research and conduct actual legal writing. You'll complete an appellate brief before you finish out this course. Civil procedure, ethics are a component of every course we teach, not just paralegal. Legal citation, rules of evidence, torts, all of these things are included and so much more. So if you have not yet looked at the syllabus, you can get there pretty easily by going to our main website at legalstudies.com and then just click on the About CLS tab on the top right hand. It'll give you a drop down box and the word syllabi is really right there. Just click on it. You get a menu and a direct link to the syllabus for every single course. And this one is there included. During this course, we have got all kinds of things to help you absorb and digest the material. There's a ton of new vocabulary in the course. They've got recorded video lectures. There are formative assessments. Those are like little puzzles and games to help you with some of that new vocabulary, the concepts that we really want you to not just retain, but really own those bits of knowledge. Those self-assessments, you can practice as many times as you want. There's no limit and there's no grades on those. And you get immediate feedback. So that's wonderful. If you end up needing to take a test or a quiz or something like that, max time I think is 3. But after the first time, you're likely to be passing it on your second try, because you're going to communicate with your instructor, who is a professional, and they've not only been teaching this course forever, but they live the law. They are working as a licensed attorney or an extremely high-ranking paralegal that hasn't left the field yet. They're actually still working while they're teaching this course. So you couldn't have better support to help you achieve that goal of earning your paralegal certificate. The next thing we're going to talk about are advanced paralegal certificate topics. So we spent all this time talking about what is in the paralegal certificate. Now there is a second program, which you'll see on our website, for the advanced paralegal. That's something that is a voluntary measure for many of our students nationwide, except our students in California, which we'll talk about in just a minute. But the advanced program really just is the next step in building on that basic core knowledge in the paralegal certificate. Think of it as kind of like building a house. The paralegal certificate is going to be your foundation and the first floor. And then the advanced program enables you to build floors up and out and add-ons. There are 16 specialty topics listed on the screen right now: advanced legal research, bankruptcy, immigration law, victim advocacy, criminal procedure. Each one of these 16 specialty topics is delivered in a single 7-week session. And those 7-week sessions are on the exact same online calendar as the paralegal and every other course we offer. Every topic is available every session. We allow our students to take them 1, 2, or 3 at a time. When you complete 6 of them, you're actually earning an advanced paralegal certificate. If you just wanted to take a single 1 or 2, then you would earn a digital badge for each one. Let's talk about, we're going to go on 2 slides forward so that we can look at how this applies to the California students. So paralegal is an unregulated profession nationwide, with exception to the state of California. They actually have a code which regulates the training that must be completed by someone before they can work as a paralegal in California. And that legislated code is the California Business and Professions Code 6450. It dictates that you must have 24 semester units of substantive legal training. Now, the combination of our paralegal certificate and the advanced paralegal certificate equal those 24 semester units. So if you are in California, you're looking to be in compliance with the code by taking our training. You need to complete the paralegal that we're primarily talking about today. And when you finish that, complete the advanced program, which means that you complete 6 out of those 16 topics we looked at earlier. Most California students will end up taking 3 plus 3, so they're looking at an additional 14 weeks. If you bundle up and take 6, you can do them at $500 a piece because we give you a discount to $3,000. Otherwise, if you take them one at a time, they are $550 each. Regardless of how you choose to take advanced topics, having your paralegal certificate is a prerequisite, or working as in the capacity of a paralegal for at least 2 years. And the reason we say that is, think back to that analogy I made a moment ago. The paralegal certificate is like building your foundation, the first floor of your house. it's kind of hard to put that second floor on if you didn't put the first floor in. So you really need to have that basic core knowledge first. Now, when you do complete any course, the paralegal or any of the advanced topics or the entire advanced certificate, you will earn a digital badge. CLS is partnered with Credly. Credly is popular nationwide, works with many educational institutions. This is the platform where we are able to send you a digital badge upon completion. You can add that to your LinkedIn profile, your website, and put it into your email signature. It's going to be incredibly helpful when you're exploring new employment opportunities or looking for a promotion. It's great that you're going to have your certificate and you'll be able to add onto your resume that you do, but that's really all a certificate says. You completed the program. A digital badge is like that on steroids. It will allow them to drill down into when you took the course and what you learned in the course. It actually lists out all the skills that are developed by completing this program. And really, that's what an employer wants to hire you for, is your ability to do and perform certain functions. This is the proof for that. There's also some job hunting tools when you dig into the badge, which is great. It goes into requirements, salaries, things like that. And speaking of employment, there's a million different places that you can apply this skill set once you have it. Everybody knows that paralegals work in law firms. That's a given. They also work in every major corporation in the country. They all have legal departments. In real estate, state and county government, federal government. Even a car dealership will hire a paralegal to do contract work. Higher education, the banking industry, finance, insurance companies. The list is forever long. There are opportunities everywhere. When you use your digital badge, you can stand out from the competition by having the BARBRI name, CLS by BARBRI, and whichever one of our college or universities that you decide you want to earn your certificate through. Those combined with top-notch training and true skills are going to take your career switch or your rise in your current career wherever you want it to go. We've gotten more and more requests lately about working from home, and the demand for virtual paralegals is better than ever. But I do want to forewarn anyone that's a prospective student. If it is your intention to work as a virtual paralegal and you really want to work from home, be upfront in the interview process about that being your desire. They may have an expectation that you're in the office, and it may be something that's earned down the road. Starting out of the gates working from home, if you're an independent, an LDP, a legal document preparer, or you want to work on a contract basis, or you may actually find opportunities where they do start you from home. But don't assume. If that is your goal, then make sure you ask the hiring manager when you are getting these interviews. Let's go on and take a look at our career resource tools. On our website, we have a one-stop career resource center that is exclusive for our graduates. When you get to 60% of your paralegal certificate course, you will be sent an exclusive invitation and access to the Career Center. We've got some very broad tools that you can access beforehand, but to actually get into the center, you need to have completed a minimum of 60% of the program. Inside that resource center are career planning tools. There is resume review and job alert reminders. We do have a quarterly webinar series that is frankly pretty darn cool. It's called the Paralegal Know-How, and it's a panel discussion with the president of BARBRI, who interviews actual hiring professionals from law firms all over the country and insurance companies. We've had a representative from Robert Half there. It's always, that panel is filled in with some top professionals that give actual insight into what is a day in the life of a paralegal like. When they are hiring somebody, what are they looking for specifically? And it's not, way out there advice. It's real applicable advice that you can put right into your job search. I've attended the last 3 or 4 that we've done, and I'm still learning new things when I go. So I think it's been a really positive addition to what we can offer our students. You also get access to the CLS blog. So just because you completed a course doesn't mean you want to stop learning. There are opportunities to always be learning more. And then the resource guide itself. What is the earning potential look like for a paralegal? It varies, just like the cost of living varies across the nation. But as far as the median salary nationwide, which is listed by the Bureau of Labor Statistics on the U.S. Department of Labor website, $56,230. By industry, it can go up or down a little bit. Bright outlook and thing to take from this right now is they're still expecting 14% growth for paralegals, which is much faster than other occupations. This is still a strong career path. It is growing. It not only comes with a decent starting salary, but benefits. Most paralegals are in a position to get health benefits and others. For looking at what kind of opportunities are out there now, you'll have access to our Career Center where there are jobs posted. You also have opportunities you can get to through your digital badge that you'll earn. Other places to look for employment opportunities are, the common standard places. Indeed, Career, drawing a blank right now, but Career Builder, there we go. And another one that people should not discount where some smaller firms and a lot of opportunities exist is Craigslist. It's still a great place to look for a new opportunity, especially if you're just starting out. One of the things the hiring manager said in the last Career Know-How webinar, and what I have said for many years, so it was great to hear it from them. They recommended that even if there are job postings out there that say 1 or 2 years experience, that really means 0 years or less than 3. Apply for those jobs. When they see someone coming from our program with an earned certificate, they know it was solidly focused on job skills. They are willing to take a look at them. So just because a job says they're looking for somebody with 1 to 2 years experience, don't let that deter you from applying for the job. We teach you how to do legal research with actual Westlaw tools. You're going to get in there and leave with that skill. That's somebody new on a job. If they didn't learn that in school, which most paralegal programs never teach them that, then you're already a year ahead of counterparts that didn't come or applicants that didn't come to our program. As far as choosing a school, there are a ton of opportunities. We're going to move on to the next slide to view just a small sample of some of the accredited college and university partners that CLS works with. All of our college and university partners are accredited institutions. CLS partners with the continuing and professional education departments within these schools. Our courses are offered in a non-credit capacity, so you're not earning credits toward a degree. They are open enrollment which means that you do not have to apply and wait to be accepted. You simply pay your tuition, get your books, take the program, get trained, go to work. It's as simple as that. And you should choose the school that's in your neck of the woods. This is a sample of partners, but we work with almost 160 from coast to coast in the US. Likelihood of us having one in your neck of the woods is very, very strong. You can go directly to our website at legalstudies.com. Scroll down just a little bit, you'll see a map of the US. You know your geography better than we do. So just zoom into that map wherever you live and scroll over the nearest dots to you. And those will be the partners where you are. And from there, you can go straight into the pages. If you need any help, our enrollment counselors are always available. Well, not always, but feels like it. They're here from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday, 52 weeks a year. And they've got email accessibility. You can chat. There's a lot of ways if you have any additional questions for us to get you those answers. The next thing we're going to look at are the course costs. So tuition, $18.95 for the paralegal certificate course. I want to repeat again, the paralegal certificate course in the standard online format is delivered over 14 weeks, 2 separate 7-week sessions for the first half and the second half. The $18.95 pays for both. You do not need to pay that money twice. There are required textbooks for this program. They range around $400. We do have some ebooks that can lessen the cost a little bit. And we do have a full service bookstore on our website. If by any chance you choose to buy the book somewhere else, please take a look in our bookstore first and secure the ISBN number, which we publish on every single book we sell. Just hit more info when you get to the book description. And the reason that we are willing to let you know that it doesn't matter if you buy your books from us or somewhere else, we want to make sure you have the right ones. We work very hard to ensure that our pricing is the best that you can get for books. So under 400, if you can find them elsewhere for less, one, let my enrollment counselors know, because not too many people find them less. And if they are, it's likely that they're an outdated edition. Your instructor is going to be giving you specific pages, specific content from these books, and you want to make sure you have the right edition, the same one the instructor's teaching from. So be leery of that if you find them somewhere else. Westlaw Access, $89. That is for the second 7 weeks when we'll actually be doing lessons on legal research. And it will be real-time, full access into the real system, which if you were to go try to secure that access on your own, it costs significantly more than that. So $89 for 7 weeks is really an awesome advantage for CLS students. We do have many payment options available, both Affirm, PayPal, Pay in 4, PayPal Credit. Affirm, you can break things up into 3 to 18-month payments. We have a few other options too you can discuss with our enrollment counselors. They can send you an email, or you can go to the payment options page directly on our website. And speaking of payment options, for registrants and attendees of this webinar, specifically today, we do want to offer you an exclusive discount. And that will be 10% off any format for the paralegal certificate course between right now and February 23rd. Excuse me. So whether you want to do the standard online that starts on March 4th, or you want to get started right now with the self-study, you can secure 10% off that tuition of $18.95, which is $189.50 off the course. Just put that para10 code in when you check out on our website. We're going to back up one slide here about how to enroll. you can dial our main toll-free number at 1-800-522-7737. You can send us an email at info, that's INFO, @legalstudies.com, or you can visit our website directly at legalstudies.com. We are going to open it up now for any questions that may be lingering.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. We do have a few questions here. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see here. Will there be live support during the courses?
There is support. It depends on what kind of support you're looking for. As mentioned a couple of times in the presentation, all of our instructors are full-time employees of law firms, their own law firm, or they work for someone else, or they're a paralegal. So they're not going to be available 24/7, not unlike any college professor anywhere. You can't just knock on their door at 3 a.m. So they will advertise when their standard office hours are. You will have access 24/7 to the email tools, but you're not going to get a response. They do have a reasonable amount of time to respond back. Our offices for support are open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 6 days per week. They do have some time open on Saturdays. I think they close a little bit early on Saturday. So if you were to send an email, support at Legal Studies, but that's only for registered students, and that would be something administrative wise. They're not going to answer questions in place of an instructor. But you do have absolute 24/7 to reach out for them, but they've got 24 to 36 hours to respond back.
Perfect, thank
Oh,
you. What was that?
I was going to say, I hope that answers it.
Yeah, I think so. Another question here. Does CLS by BARBRI offer disability services for students enrolled with learning disabilities?
Absolutely. If there is something that you've got documented that you need specific accommodations for, what you'll need to do is submit that in writing to support@legalstudies.com so that they can, add that to your file, and you'll need to get some kind of waiver or setup to make sure we can accommodate you. But we absolutely will if it is a valid and warranted request that we can fulfill. We've had students in the past that may have hearing issues or sight issues or need some extended timing because they have documentation in an ELP, or an ILP, individual learning plan, from their previous education that dictates all of these things are necessary. You need to send that so that we can do whatever it takes to accommodate you. Accommodations that are reasonable. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And another question we have here is, will there be job assistance after completion of the course?
We've got the entire Career Resource Center. We're not going to place you in a job anywhere. I don't know anyone that would do that. And if they were, I don't know that I would want that employment. But there are absolutely resources. We went over them in the Career Resource Center. You can visit that. Again, the digital badge has all kinds of employment opportunities that populate when you drill down into it, and those are geographic specific. We can also have enrollment counselor email you a list of different types of industries that you should search in, different types of job titles you should search against. So we provide assistance and a career advice. I guess I would label it more like that.
All right. And another question is in terms of the course formats. Is it possible to do, like, for example, if you're taking Paralegal 1, can you do the self-study format for Paralegal 1, but then do online for Paralegal 2? Like, are there ways that you can switch your format for the first session or the second session?
The policies are listed in our FAQs, but to just give you a very quick response now, no. You need to select. I mean, there is a way. Where there's a will, there's always a way, but it's expensive to make that change. So I do not recommend it. You need to secure and make a final decision on which format is best for you when you start, because that's where you'll end up staying. The reason is we've got contracts with all of our instructional staff. And once you're placed on their roster, we are by contract paying them out for teaching you in that class. So if you end up leaving their class to go to a different one, then we're going to pay instructors twice. Keep in mind, these classes are taught by licensed attorneys. They're very good at drafting employment contracts.
All right. And how will we receive the certificate when completing the program? That's question one. And then on to that same question is, will we receive a certificate from the university as well as CLS, or how does that work?
Digital badges are issued by CLS. Certificates of completion are issued by the university, the college or university. Now, more and more frequently, our partner schools are going green, which means that they are issuing digital certificates of completion. If you want to print that out, you would do that on your own paper at home, because so much of the world is digital. But for those that are still doing it old school, they will mail you a certificate. If it is one of our schools that does digital certificates, then you can certainly print that out at home on your own paper and frame that. But the one that's going to get you the biggest bang for the buck is going to be that digital badge, as far as sending it out. And then you print out the certificate and hang it on your wall and admire and reflect on all the hard work that you had to take you to the next step and achieve whatever goal it was that you're seeking to complete
Perfect.
or
Thank
reach.
you. Is there a reason why I should select a college in my state versus one out of state?
If you are going to continue living where you are, working where you are, you should support the school where you are and have your certificate issued from there. That's going to be the most recognizable name by your next employer, your local employer. Unless you're planning to move to another area, the school where that's closest to you has always been the best bet for all our students.
Can we register for the April course and still get the discount, or is it only for the March session?
We didn't specify. The expiration is on that coupon code is February 23rd. It is only for the paralegal certificate course. If you're going to register for one down the road, the system is not going to prevent you from doing that. But it will expire on February 23rd. And it is only currently for the paralegal certificate course.
All right. And will this allow me to take the NALA exam after completing and furthering my education?
Yes, with additional criteria. The NALA exam, NALA standing for National Association of Legal Assistants, is an association. They bear no regulatory authority whatsoever. They do have a paid for exam that you can earn the title certified paralegal, but that's a trademarked term. It's not something that you need to go out as an entry-level paralegal. In fact, most students don't take that exam until much later in their careers. In order to sit for it, they will require that you have 270 clock hours of substantive legal training, in addition to a bachelor's degree in anything. They don't care what that BA is in, but you do need to have that. So 270 clock hours is going to be completion of the paralegal and at least 3 advanced topics plus a bachelor's degree. If that is something that you feel you really want to do, yes, absolutely, you can qualify for it. But is it something that you need to do as an entry-level paralegal? No, it's not. I would do what most of our other graduates do and save it for down the road when you're looking for a pay raise or a promotion.
All right, another question here. I know the badges are issued when completed and you can put them on your resume, but what would that be considered on a resume since it's not a certificate?
You would still absolutely list that you have earned your paralegal certificate through XYZ school on XYZ dates in the education section of your resume. But the digital badge, when you include that, it enables them to actually drill down into what skills you have developed and what skills you have from this program. An employer doesn't, it's kind of like when you have a degree, an employer doesn't, they look at, oh, he's got an associate's or she's got a bachelor's or they've got a master's degree, but that's all they really look at. That you have earned a degree, they're not looking at really what it's in, just that you completed something. An employer wants to hire you because of what you can do, and the digital badge is going to share with them directly what you can do. They want to hire you to do a job. That is your proof that you are trained to do that job. A simple resume is not going to go into as much detail as a digital badge.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and ask one final question here. It looks like we have enough time for the online format. Could you please restate how far apart the first 7 weeks is from the second one?
The total program you are enrolled in is 14 weeks. There is a 10-day break in between those sessions. So if you look at our online calendar for session dates, there are 6 7-week sessions per year. They're all listed on our website. If you go to the Find a Course box and you pull up online, it's going to list them all out for you. You don't need to pick more than one session because you will automatically be enrolled in the one that follows. You simply choose when you're going to start. So for Paralegal 1, you're going to train for 7 weeks. You're going to get a 10-day break, attend to the things that you didn't get done while you were studying really hard, like catch up on your laundry, clean the house, go out, have some fun, breathe. And then you're going to come back and do another 7 weeks and have earned your certificate. So 14 weeks of training, but there's a 10-day break in the middle.
All right, perfect. Well, that looks like all the time that we have for today. I just want to go ahead and thank everyone for joining us and of course Stephanie for presenting today. If you want to learn more or if you have any questions, please feel free to email us at info@legalstudies.com or you can contact us at 1-800-522-7737. Thank you again for joining us and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Can't wait to see you in class. Have a great day.